We're about to join an Amazon virtual tour of their fulfillment centers. And in this live presentation, because you'll see that I asked a question and it was actually answered by one of the people participating in it. So, although I thought first this was a recording, it couldn't have been because they answered my question right within the show. And the places that we visited were New Jersey, Germany, and Italy. So enjoyed a little tour. I did. I hope you take advantage of it and schedule your own virtual tour of an Amazon fulfillment center.
They should move. Now that's pretty amazing. Now, again, there is no tech in the shelving units, only in the robots and that software that propels it around. So a lot of people will ask me, Kate, how do you store your products? Well, we store them right here on the shelves. We store items from granola bars to sporting goods equipment, basically any product that is the size of a microwave oven or smaller will fit into these shelving units and be stored on those shelves. It's pretty awesome. We carry tens of millions of items inside of our fulfillment centers. Okay, so what happens if an item falls off one of these shelves? What do we do? Well, we have a team of folks that is responsible for retrieving those products off the floor. They are called our Amnesty responders. They wear a special tech vest that contains gadgets and sensors and artificial intelligence to keep them safe. They also carry around a tablet device with them that maintains a steady stream of communication between themselves and the robotic floor. So they can actually walk out there and retrieve a product safely. They might replace those stickers as well or clean up spills that happen on the floor. Great news is that nobody needs any prior education or training to work with our robotic drive units. We train right here in-house at Amazon. In fact, we've recently announced a $1.2 billion initiative to fully fund college education for our frontline workers, which is incredible. Okay, so now that you've learned about the robots, it's time to learn how they help us in the process of getting you your items. And to show you how we start that process, I'm going to send you back across the ocean to Germany with Patricia.
Thank you so much, Kate, and welcome back, everyone. Another quick journey. Hope you enjoyed it. So this is what is happening on the robotics floor, and like Kate already mentioned, I am now going to introduce you to our first tour stop, which is called Pick. So this is happening in the background, and we may take a look at what our colleague Luisa is doing in the background. We're appreciating having a closer look to the process. First of all, thanks again for everyone joining. We've seen a couple of messages, so it's great to see you being online. And as an example, let's say one of our guests may order a little item, say a deck of cards. We focus on the smaller items here at the robotic fulfillment centers. Therefore, a deck of cards is definitely something applicable that could have been ordered by one of our guests or our customers. In this case, someone ordered a deck of cards in Germany, and FRA7 might be the chosen fulfillment center taking care of that specific order. So what is happening? Luisa is getting the information on the screen. So she's getting the order on her display and she's getting all of the information needed. So she has the information on the screen saying the deck of cards, a picture of the item, a description, and in the background you see the yellow pod. There is the inventory inside, and she's getting information of where the deck of cards actually is. So she once has the information on the screen, but she also have a visual support. So take a closer look. There is a bright light beam, which is illuminating the correct bin. We call that Pick by Light. Crazy technology that we have. This is super exciting to see right now as it's happening. So she's getting all of the information needed, knowing where the item is placed in which bin. She's then picking the item, scanning the barcode, and putting the item into the correct tote. Which tote is the correct one, you might ask? Take a closer look at the gray bar over there. And you see we have a couple of buttons, and actually the one that is lighting up in green color is the correct tote, the correct black box. So we do use the technology and make advantage of that and knowing where to put the items in. We have a couple of black totes here at that specific station. At some point, these totes need to be pushed through onto the conveyance because the totes are full. We have that all registered in our system and we know when this moment is happening. So you might see it later on. At some point, those black totes will be pushed onto the conveyance, onto the ramp, if you want to say it like that. And next up will be the tote elevator, lifting up the tote and putting it on the main conveyance belt that we have in place at all of our fulfillment centers. Taking a closer look at the workstation itself, you will see that everything is set up in a designated order, and we want to make sure that the workstation is actually ergonomically friendly. This is important to us. The health of our employees, of course, always our top priority, and therefore we make sure to listen to their feedback and implement all of the improvements that should be in place. So the designated workstation in the background is set up the same way at every fulfillment center that we have. Whenever we get further feedback from our employees, we make sure to actually take a closer look of where we can have improvements being implemented rather sooner than later, of course. This is the pick process. A lot of picking happening in the background. The totes are full at some point, and like I said, pushed through onto the conveyance. The conveyance is pretty exciting to see because it kind of looks like a roller coaster ride. We are actually taking you on that roller coaster ride thanks to virtual tours. Next tour stop gonna be the pack department. That's gonna be in Italy. So you're going to meet another dear colleague of mine shortly, Federica, calling in from Turin. But first of all, enjoy the roller coaster ride and see you later.
Before we go on that roller coaster ride, you may have noticed that I've posed a question. I wanted to know, why do some items get delivered quickly and others take much longer? And you'll find out later that that question actually gets answered. Now, let's go for that roller coaster ride.
Wow, what a fun roller coaster ride. Hello, everyone. Well, I must say ciao a tutti. I'm Federica, but you can call me Fede. I'm streaming from TRN1, which is our fulfillment center located in the northwest of Italy, close to the beautiful city of Turin. I'm here today with my dear colleague Carmen. Ciao, Carmen. Thank you so much for your support. She's actually packing our product that we just picked, that Patricia just showed us how to pick them, how we pick them, and she's now packing all of our customers' orders. But before going to give a closer look of what our colleague Carmen is doing, I would like you to notice that she's actually wearing gloves, which are part of our PPE. Don't worry, we do use many acronyms in Amazon, but it's an acronym that is standing for personal protective equipment. Gloves are just one of the many safety equipment that we use inside our fulfillment center, and they're actually for free because we do have some vending machines. Yes, you heard it correct. We have vending machines full of different PPE, personal protective equipment. You can see the picture now on the screen, and inside them you can find earplugs, gloves, high visibility vests, box openers, whatever anyone might need inside our fulfillment center to work in a safe environment, because for us, for Amazon, safety first. Remember that. Well, let's give a closer look to the process now. Carmen is starting the process receiving the totes of the conveyor. She begins the process by scanning each item. The computer then, on the little monitor, on the little screen that the colleague has in front of her, will suggest Carmen which box size to use. The system is in fact intelligent enough to calculate to know exactly the correct box size for your orders. As items comes for the first time inside our inventory, we record its size and weight. And then this information is stored in a big database, which is referenced here to determine, like to calculate the optimal box size for your order. I think this is pretty cool. Well, also related to the box size is the amount of tape we need to use to seal each box. Here we use some cool machines called water tape machine, which dispense the perfect amount of tape to seal each particular box. And the tape is pretty special as well because it's water activated. So as soon as the tape passes through the machine, the water is applied, which will make the tape a little bit sticky. But the water doesn't dry immediately, so it will leave us the possibility to move a little bit the tape on the box in case there is a mistake laying it. If we have any extra space left in the box, no problem. We do use and we have this material called Danage, which is recycled paper material that we put inside of them to fill every empty space we might have inside the box, because we don't have a specific and particular box of the optimal, of the single size of all the items that we have inside our inventory. We do have many items inside our inventory. Once the box is sealed up, it's ready to almost leave the packing station. But before that, we need to apply and scan a special barcode, which is actually called SP00 label or spool label, as we call it inside our buildings. We now have matched the item in the box with that spool label, with all the information. It's a kind of license plate for your own car. You probably can see it now on the screen. The package then heads back onto the conveyor, where it will travel again, this time actually over sea, to meet Kate at our SLAM machine. Don't worry, SLAM is just an acronym, but Kate will show us soon how the SLAM, of what SLAM stands for. Thank you, Kate. Over to you. Bye. Grazie, Carmen. Ciao.
Thank you, Fede. Welcome back, friends. Yes, we are at SLAM, but I promise it is not ominous. It is not scary. It is an acronym, not an action. It stands for scan, label, apply, and manifest. And what we're doing here at SLAM is we are taking all of the information that's embedded into that spool label that Fede just taught us about at the pack station and turning that information into the shipping label on your box or your envelope. So the way it works is there's two parts to SLAM. The first part is right here to my side, where we will scan the packages looking for that spool label. You'll see a red laser light up. It scans for that spool label. And at the same time, we're actually weighing the package as well. So this piece of white conveyor belt to my left, your right, is a scale. So we're capturing the weight of the package as well. This lets us know that what you ordered is actually in that box or that envelope. So again, we're going to scan, we're going to weigh, and then in just a couple seconds and a few short feet of conveyor later, we are going to print and apply the shipping label directly on your box. Just like that, almost like magic. So our printers are pretty intelligent. They are designed to not have to stop the packages as they come through. It looks like there's a little bit of a jam on the line. So they are stopping now, but they don't stop all the time. These shipping labels are applied with a blast of air. So we can actually remain efficient and push all the packages through. There's a stop up on the line ahead. Should get fixed in just a couple seconds. Just an opportunity to talk about the amazing technicians that work in our building every day to help us remain up and running. We have them 24/7 to be able to fix conveyors, fix jams on belts, fix our computers, and do anything else that we need them to do. And they work in-house. And again, that's a job that you can be trained on without any prior experience or knowledge to work at Amazon. So this is the first step in the process where your customer information is forward facing to our employees when we actually put the shipping label on your package. Now, if there was a discrepancy here, maybe you canceled your order or the box weighs too little or the box weighs too much, rather than printing a shipping label, we are going to print what's called a kickout label or a KO label. Those packages will not get shipping labels. They'll get those kickout labels, and they'll get diverted down to this sled here. where one of our problem-solving operators or SLAM operators will be able to dive deeper into that discrepancy and figure out what to do with the package. So for example, if you did cancel your order, we would be able to open it up and get it back into inventory. All right. Now, once the boxes are properly labeled with those address labels and they're ready to head to your doorstep, we need to get them on the trucks. So to do that, I'm going to send you on a journey through an amazing piece of technology. And on the other end of that piece of tech, you're going to reunite with Fede in Italy. So enjoy.
I wonder if they sell tickets to take a ride on their conveyor belts.
Welcome back at TRN1. Sorry, on my side, welcome back to Italy. And we are now looking at our shipping department and actually at our shipping sorter, which is moving just here in front of me, and it goes straight over there. So the special conveyor, so the shipping sorter, is receiving all of the packages from the SLAM machine that Kate just showed us and reading the information generated on those shipping labels, the spatial label that Kate just showed us. Depending then on its final destination and carrier, the bell will automatically push the packages down to the core chute and down to the trucks that are actually waiting for them. The trucks are then packed by our employees, which are playing like a game of Tetris because they're actually and literally building walls of boxes starting from the bottom to the ceiling of the truck to ensure that there is minimal shifting during the transportation. Once these trucks are full, they will leave our centers and many will go to either to our sortation center or our delivery station, either through Amazon Logistics or another carrier service. We're going to show you in a moment a very particular and special video that we put together for you as our virtual guest. But before going to see one of the most amazing delivery we have ever made, you might have seen recently in your neighborhood some new Amazon vans. Well, that's because Amazon has recently introduced all electric fleet vans for package delivery. These vans have some pretty amazing technology inside, and they're actually ergonomically designed for our drivers. By 2030, more than 100,000 electric vans will be delivering worldwide, which I think is pretty cool. So while Amazon Logistics is a huge part of our network, we also partner with some local carriers such as UPS, FedEx, or in case we have an Italian customers or visitor today online, we do also have Bartolini, for example. Speaking about our local partners, some of them have actually reached some pretty amazing lengths to keep our customer, to keep the promise we made to our customers and to still delivering in sometimes uncertain condition the packages to our customers. Enjoy the video and see you in a moment for the Q&A session.
You know, Mackinac is a very special place. We're an island, so we can't always jump in our car and go and shop. When we enforced a lockdown on all our city buildings, at points I wondered how we were going to get through it.
I started this job back in 1994, and I've been here ever since. Everyone depends on it. Medication, groceries, everything. It's delivered right directly to your door, just like it would be in the city, but it's on a flatbed dray and a horse. People live their day-to-day lives with it. And Amazon has just made it easy for everyone to live their daily lives here.
It's the sense of community. People here care about each other. You just go downtown and you hear clickety-clop of horses. You live in a remote place where it's hard to get everything. It is. But guess what? That's the magical part of Mackinac. It's not having cars. Amazon makes it so the inconvenience things that might have made it difficult to live here are now simple.
Welcome back, everyone. This was the look behind the scenes, and now we're getting right into the question and answer section of our tour. And I'm not going to do that on my own, of course not. I am introducing back you to Kate and Fede so we can take a closer look at the Q&A. So we are happy to answer the questions you have. First of all, we want to say a big shout out to a couple of guests that are calling in from today. And one of our biggest group is actually from Salt Lake City, the Westminster College for Ops Management class. So happy to have you on this tour. Great that you're online today. Hope you enjoyed the tour, and we're happy to answer the question. So still some time left if you want to drop one. However, the first question that we got was the obvious question, Kate. It's about our robots. And one of our guests is asking, like, how does the robot know what's stored in the shelf above it? Like, where is this information saved? There's so much information, but where is actually the resource or the source in general for all of that information we have?
Yeah, that's a great question. So first of all, the robots are really smart, but they're not smart enough to automatically know where everything is stored. We use Amazon Web Services, or AWS, to track all of the data in our building, and that starts with the scanning of barcodes. So every single item that we put away on our shelf has a barcode, and every shelf has a barcode. So we're able to scan the item, scan the barcode of that shelf, and then every shelf itself, every pod, also has a barcode that the robot can scan to know that it's going to retrieve the right shelf with the right product on it. So everything comes back to that magical barcode, which is unique for every item that we have inside of the building.
Perfect. Thank you so much for helping us understand. So you can tell barcodes and scanners, it's the dream team. Of course, together with our amazing employees, making it a dream team of 3 in total. So that's a lot of technology we have. Thank you so much. Another question, happy to take on that one. Why do some items get delivered quickly and others take much longer? Well, I need you to understand that we have different ways available here. So maybe taking a closer look at the FBA program in that case as well, which is standing for Fulfillment by Amazon. Whenever you order something online on amazon.com, .de, .it, just to reference the 3 countries today, it depends like where is this item actually stored. So is it a fulfillment center directly? Like, do we have it here on site in our fulfillment centers? Or is the FBA partner maybe just using our online platform, like the virtual storage place, if you want to call it like that? Then they might take advantage of that. However, the shipment is actually going through their own logistics partner. So this might take a little longer, also taking into consideration that we, of course, differentiate between regular customers as well as prime customers. So for our prime customers, it does get a little quicker. There are so many possibilities of why items are sometimes a lot faster than other times. Of course, we also have an important supply chain management in the background happening, making sure that we always have the items available. If we do get new items that have big demand, let's say a new computer game is being launched and it's available, we do get a lot of orders for that one specifically, so we need to take care of that. We need to focus. So yeah, this is just a couple of options that we have here for answering that question. We hope you do understand that it might differ from time to time, so always taking that into consideration whenever you're shopping online, when you shop on Amazon.
Thank you, Patricia, for answering my question.
Last question, Federica, this is for you, and maybe just referring to the pack department here. What is your experience with continuous improvement? So how did we get better from the past during the last time to today when we take a look at the pack department improving here?
Well, thank you so much. That's an excellent question. And you should know that in Amazon, for us, our motto is it's always day one. So we try to change, and we actually like to change many things and try to get better day by day, step by step too. Sometimes we take new ideas and they become new processes. So we try to implement them as much as we can. For example, in the pack department, one of the example you might have actually seen from my colleague Carmen while she was packing is that you might have noticed that some packages were placed on the conveyor, so back on the conveyor, directly without any extra Amazon packages. So just with the original packages they had, possibly because they were already ready to go. So we just placed the spool label, of course, later on the shipping label, and they will be just delivered as they are. We do call them here, I don't know if it's a worldwide name, but we call them here as AOC or SIOC, as you like to call them. It's an acronym. It stands for Ship in Own Container, which stands again that we're going to ship them in their own container without adding any extra packages. And this will lead us to save a lot of paper, a lot of boxes. So again, sustainability, this is one of our mission, to try to be not just the most customer-centric company in the world, but also trying to be sustainable as much as we can. So this is just one small example, but we're always trying to implement new things every day.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for explaining just another acronym that we are loving. We're using them all the time, and we always try to make sure that we explain them. Taking a look at the time, we're actually at time. I saw a couple more questions coming in, and also one question was, will this session be available as a recording? Well, we do have a couple of recordings available on our YouTube channel, not just in English language, but if you also want to learn some Italian, some German, some French, some Polish, we have a couple of videos available on our YouTube channel, so make sure to check that out, and you'll see a recording of a couple more virtual tours, learning a bit more maybe about each process in your mother tongue if you do speak other languages, just not English. So happy to direct you to that one, but we also have an US version and a UK version as well, so make sure to check that out. First of all, thanks to both you, Kate, and you, Fede, for joining the virtual tour today from your respective sites. We hope you did enjoy today's tours. We liked it, hope you did so too. We are kindly asking for your feedback, so make sure to look into your inbox. In a couple of minutes, you will get another email saying thank you once again and asking for your feedback. There's a little survey link. We're looking forward to get your feedback on things that we can improve. What did you enjoy about today's tours? We are always excited to hear from you. We always want to continuously improve ourselves. Like Fede said, every day is day one, even for tours. So we're looking forward to that. Otherwise, thanks again for joining from wherever you were calling in. I saw a couple of comments from around the globe. Just another one that I saw from someone in Singapore. So that is exciting having you on this tour already. I think it's somewhat late afternoon for you, so that's exciting. Anyway, thanks for joining. Have a great rest of your day from wherever you're calling in, and see you next time on this virtual tour. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Thank you.
That was pretty interesting, in my opinion. It was also nice to know that it was actually live, since the question I posed was one of the ones that was answered. If you like this tour, why not simply book your own? And you get to look at it at your own pace and in real time. Stay safe, stay secure. I hope you enjoyed this virtual tour of the Amazon fulfillment centers.